His first career win with the Luger. Hey, Garrett Alberson last year, after how many tries, got his first career series win.
Well, those two drivers, I mean, with that class of 2022, Alberson, Hughes, Wilson, Robinson was probably the best we've ever had. And, of course, Alberson got the win at Port Royal last year. Hughes been close, not gotten the victory. Of course, when he drove the PCC Motorsports car. And, man, Dalton Wilson, he won at East Bay last year. He's been solid. Third here last night. Bruning and Owens been good this year. Blair, I think Max likes it a little slicker, right? I mean, he don't really want to hammer down like it's been, so we'll see how that goes. For 50 laps here tonight, Ken Moran, he's got to come from 11th here tonight.
Yeah, Moran and Clanton, the drivers that led laps here last night, exactly, as they got to come from the 6th row in this one here this evening. Again, with Moran starting 11th and Shane Clanton starting 12th. Well, James, the field now is, well, I thought they were.
Do you realize the drivers that led the most laps at Golden Isles, Dalton Wilson, did not win. Devin Moran led the most laps here last night, did not win. So will that trend hold? We'll see what happens.
Well, the two drivers,
Garrett Alberson and Spencer. We'll see what.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. We're going to forego the 4-wide parade lap here this evening. We will save it for the finale tomorrow night. Rob Penrod giving him the high sign, telling him the green flag is going to wave next time by. 50 laps is the distance, ladies and gentlemen. Garrett Alberson on the pole. Spencer Hughes on the outside. The last two series champions are in row 2. Ricky Thornton Jr. and Hudson O'Neal. Dalton Wilson and Ethan Dotson in row number 3. Again, they'll go green flag racing in the Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone down in turn 4. Alberson, Hughes, 50 laps. Night 2 of the Veland Winter Nationals is underway.
12K to the winner. Ben will talk to the top 3 and in on the Big River Steel podium in the Veland Winter Nationals out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Spencer Hughes, the JCM Motorsports, the team based in Birmingham, Alabama. Here he comes out of turn 4. He'll lead the first lap here tonight at Alltech.
It's going to be Spencer Hughes out front, Garrett Alberson second, side by side momentarily. Back there, second, third, and fourth. You see Ricky Thornton Jr. and Hudson O'Neal on your screen. Hudson O'Neal look down to the inside. He'll now go back to the outside as RTJ looks to the inside of Garrett Alberson. But Spencer Hughes stays out front here on lap number 2.
Alberson second, Thornton O'Neal, Wilson, Owens, Dotson, Ilzebeck, Bruning, Blair runs in 10th. Down the back straightaway, it's about a 7-car lead. Leading Jimmy Owens off the pace of the 20, and he got into the wall as we will have a Coltman Farms caution for the O-Show.
2 laps down, 48 laps remaining. A tough break for Jimmy Owens. We ran 29 laps caution-free here last night, as Kyle Bronson also going to make his way to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit in the 40B. Take a look at the instant replay powered by Dave Warren Power Sports.
And just there, and that turn 2 has bitten a lot of drivers the last 2 nights.
It has, and it's taken out some of the best as well. Owens gets into the wall, Bronson in the hot pit, Ben.
Yeah, Bronson was coming in, pointing to his right rear tire, and it looks like they're going to put a new right rear tire on the 40. All 4 tires are up, but maybe something he not liking early in this one. Meanwhile, Jimmy Owens stops at the bottom of turn number 4. His crew's down here waiting on him. We'll see if he's able to make his way back out, as Bronson will get a new right rear tire on car 40B.
All right, Ben, thanks a lot. We'll reset the field for you. And Spencer Hughes, your leader. Garrett Alberson second. Ricky Thornton Jr. third. Hudson O'Neal fourth. Dalton Wilson fifth. Looks like Jimmy Owens going to get pushed back to the infield. He was running in the 6th spot, James, so it'll now be Ethan Dotson 6th, Daniel Hilsebeck 7th, Tyler Bruning 8th, Max Blair 9th, and Tim McCready will round out the top 10.
And his night could be over. He comes into tonight. Again, they'll start throwing out races next Thursday, and Owens heads back to the pit area. His night is over. Heartbeat Hot Sauce, by the way, get your favorite Heartbeat Hot Sauce product. Go to heartbeathotsauce.com or on Amazon. Thanks to them, be sure to support those sponsors that support Dirt Late Model Racing. It's Hughes, Alberson, Thornton, O'Neal, Wilson. 2 in the books, 48 to go here tonight for 12K. Right now, Tim McCready up 3 spots early on in the Hoker Trucking Hard Chargers. We go into turn 3. Hughes looking good so far, DJ. Kyle Bronson still in the pit area. He'll make his way back out on the tail as they come out of turn 4 at the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone. The Mississippi driver lead them out at turn 4. Back underway at All-Tech, Dustin.
Spencer Hughes again looking for that elusive first win with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. A good restart. Now Garrett Alberson slides up the racetrack. That's going to allow Ricky Thornton to get by. Hudson O'Neal gets by. Dalton Wilson gets by, as well as Alberson loses a ton of ground in this one.
Spencer Hughes, Thornton, O'Neal, Wilson. Now your top 4. Alberson back to 5th. Dotson working the outside of Garrett down the back straightaway. Battle for 3rd right there. O'Neal and Dalton Wilson. Spencer Hughes out at turn 4. In command down the main straightaway. A long way to go. 4 in the books.
He knocked on the door a few times, James, a couple years ago when he was in that PCC Motorsports number 11. Last year took over the reins of the JCM Motorsports entry. Battles behind him. You're looking at the battle for 3rd on your screen as Hudson O'Neal and Dalton Wilson go at it. Hudson O'Neal going to take the spot on the Big River Steel podium.
Oh man, it came out 3 wide out of turn 4. Marlar slips up the track. Wilson, good lead into, good lead into 3. Thornton, O'Neal, Wilson, Alberson, Dotson, Hilsebeck running good. Daniel in 7th, Blair 8th, Bruning 9th, McCready 10th. Down the main straightaway, there's a great battle there into turn 1 for the 3rd spot.
Yeah, Hudson O'Neal. Dalton Wilson had it. Hudson O'Neal took it away, and Dalton Wilson now trying to take it back as we work lap number 6, 44 laps to go in a nice 50-lap main event. You're not missing anything at the front of the field as Spencer Hughes has a 1.4 second advantage over Ricky Thornton Jr. He just added another 2/10 that last lap.
And we headed tonight with a 3-way points tie between 3 drivers, obviously, Davenport, Bruning, and Moran. And right now, those guys run 10th on back. Bruning in 10th, Moran 12th, Davenport is 18th, so we may have a jumble up front. Blair may be the guy after tonight. He only came in 10 points behind. He's running 7th right now, Dustin.
Indeed he is, and he's trying to take the 6th spot away from the 74X of Ethan Dotson. You can see there on your screen 2 different lines being run by those drivers as Ethan Dotson on the higher side, Max Blair on the low side. At the front of the field, still a 1.2 second advantage for Spencer Hughes over Ricky Thornton Jr. There's the battle for 3rd, or 4th rather, once again picking up as Garrett Alberson's got his feet under him now, trying to rebound to work his way back through the field.
How about 3 of the top 5 battled for that 2022 O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase? Hughes leading. Alberson is 4th. Wilson is 5th. 10 laps in the books, a 5th of the way done. Hughes has led from the drop of the green. 1 second the advantage over Thornton that last time around. Here comes the battle here. Blair and Dotson at it. Wheel to wheel into 1. Max Blair up to 6th in the 111.
Laces out, Dan. Max Blair in the 111, and on the left side of your screen, James, you can see the same thing that we see. Ricky Thornton Jr. slowly closing the gap just a little bit, and we've got a Coleman Farms Racing caution as we've got the 93 of Carson Ferguson stopped rather now at the top of turn number 2. 12 laps are scored, 38 laps remaining. So Carson Ferguson, who started this race back in 16th, slows to a stop up at the top of turn number 2, draws the 2nd Coleman Farms Racing caution flag of the event. Still Spencer Hughes out front, RTJ 2nd, Hudson O'Neal 3rd, Garrett Alberson 4th, Dalton Wilson 5th, and Kyle Bronson has made his way back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce hot pit.
Yeah, he pulled and got a quick word with his team, and he's going to roll right back out and rejoin the field. And right now, if you're Spencer Hughes, you're probably happy to see that Coleman Farms Racing caution. But again, like we saw Garrett Alberson on the last restart, it can be tricky and it can cost you wholesale track space. You got to be careful if you're Spencer Hughes with Thornton knocking on the back door.
Well, being you followed Spencer Hughes as all of us have for the last several years. Of course, 3 years on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Last year, running an independent schedule, but that Jay Dickens rocket is strong here tonight, man.
Yeah, he's looked really, really good tonight. And Colton Miller and that entire team, man, they put a lot of work into that 19M. And Spencer had a good year last year. We talked about it, 6 wins. He would love to get back out on the national scene. It's going to depend on how the year starts. He ran the full Castrol Flow Racing Night in America tour last year. And that is a team that's capable. He's a driver that's capable. And, man, it would be huge tonight if he became the 94th different driver to win a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series feature.
He has led every lap of this one. James, we do want to stand corrected. We did not have the leader +3, so we go back to lap 11.
Okay.
Yep, 11 are scored 39 remaining in this one. Unfortunately, it looks like Carson Ferguson's night might be over, as he's going to require the assistance of the John Deere tractor to
That
make
turn
his
2
way.
has been brutal tonight on several teams.
Yes, it has.
So it'll be Spencer Hughes, Ricky Thornton Jr., Hudson O'Neal, Garrett Alberson, Dalton Wilson, each your top 5. And the guy at maybe at the end of 50 laps, maybe having his first national point lead, Max Blair, who came in 10 behind the top 3 there, Davenport, Bruning, and Moran. Moran is 10th, Bruning is 12th, Davenport 16th.
Yeah, Max Blair's one of those guys undecided still on how.
Well, I think this would decide. This would probably put him over the top, wouldn't it?
You never know. You never know. We got a long week at Ocala yet. Outlaws have got a long week of Volusia, so you never know, man. Hey, the Hooker Trucking hard charger right now. Brendan Shepard from the tail of the field up to 19th. He's gained 8 spots. Jonathan Davenport has gained 7 in the first 11 laps in this one.
So far, 2 cars out of the race, Jimmy Owens and Shane Clanton, and I believe Carson Ferguson as well. So Spencer Hughes, he's led the first 11 laps unchallenged. His best lap, by the way, was a 17:409 early on in this race. And that is, what, a second and a half quicker than fast time was here last night.
Yeah, it is incredible.
Are you ready for this? Been good so far for Spencer Hughes. Still a long way to go. 39 to go at the new Treenag Solutions restart zone as they come off of turn 4.
Ricky Thornton Jr. chooses the outside lane on this restart. He will get a good start. Hudson O'Neal got it sideways early, and RTJ got to peek a nose down to the inside. Hughes, though, with more momentum down the back straightaway.
Oh, man, they're 3 wide out of turn 2 back there through the middle. Marlar was through the middle there. He's on the inside. Hughes will lead Thornton to the line into turn 1.
Mike Marlar got a run here off of turn 4 through turns 1 and 2 as you and I are looking on back through the field, though. There's the 58 of Alberson, the 18D of Wilson, the 74X of Ethan Dawson. That's 3rd, 4th, and 5th on your screen. And at the 4th, 5th, and 6th, rather, on your screen. At the front of the field, Ricky Thornton Jr. going for the lead.
13 laps in the record books here tonight. O'Neal 3rd, Wilson 4th, Alberson, Dotson, Blair 7th, Marlar 8th, McCready 9th, Moran 10th. As we've got about 2 car lengths, a car length and a half at a turn 1. The deficit is 0.3 of a second. Hughes and Thornton, they battle at a turn 2.
Drake Troutman out of the race in the 22 star, James, as he's made the left-hand turn into the infield. At the front of the field, Ricky Thornton Jr. once again peeks down to the inside of Spencer Hughes. Hughes, though, with the preferred line on the high side of the racetrack. See that bottom groove coming in just a little bit more every lap. 15 in the books, 35 remaining. Still Hughes, Thornton, O'Neal, Dalton Wilson, Garrett Alberson, your top 5.
Davenport started 23rd. He's up to 13th. Shepard started shotgun in 28th. He's 16th. Not even halfway yet. And that'll be the Hellraiser Jack's halfway mark coming up at lap 25 as Hughes pulls away into turn 3 over RTJ.
We have a $100 bonus for the
Yes,
Hellraiser Jacks tonight for the leader at the halfway point. 33 laps to go this time by. Spencer Hughes now stretched out these last couple laps. He's pulled ahead to a 1.3 second advantage. Tim McCready off the pace in turn number 4, and that'll bring out a Copeland Farms Racing caution with 17 laps scored, 33 laps in the books. And that's a tough break for T-Mac, James, who had worked his way up to 8th after starting back in the 14th position. So McCready, yeah, he's going to pull directly into the pit area. Tough break for the 2-time champ.
All right, 17 officially in the books. Spencer Hughes.
Hey guys, Tyler Bruning's going to come into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce pit as well. His crew was not expecting that. They'll jump down off the wall, and he comes in, and right now these cars are carrying a lot of extra weight on a very heavy racetrack as Bruning makes the way to the attention of his crew, and they will put a new right rear tire on the Skyline Motorsports Quick Supply Company number 16.
Yeah, could have some overheating issues. McCready did not sound right as he exits the racetrack. So it'll be Spencer Hughes, 17 scored. Ricky Thornton Jr., Dalton Wilson now is back to 3rd. O'Neill, Alberson, Dotson, Marlar, Erb, Blair, Moran.
How about your Hooker Trekking Hard Charger, Brandon Shepard, now up 13 spots in 17 laps. He started 27th. He is up to 14th. Jonathan Davenport's up 12 spots in the first 17 laps. He started 23rd and currently runs 11th.
So far out of the race, Owens, Clanton, Ferguson, Troutman, McCready. 22 cars, I believe, still left running. Blair, Nodorf. Nobody's been lapped yet. They've gotten close to traffic, but the cautions and Spencer Hughes, that's what he wanted to see, clear traffic, as he was pulling away from Thornton, and now Big Perm is right there. And of course, him and Thornton last night, a little bit.
They made contact.
The Big Perm got a little rough. Hey, you know. There you go.
All right. Well,
It
hey,
happened.
Ricky Thornton Jr. got a good restart that last time. Remember, he challenged. Challenged Spencer Hughes the first few laps.
The stretch, it was 0.3 of a second was the lead, and now it was 1.3 before the caution wipes that out. Hughes has led the first 17 laps. 33 still to go on a hammer down track out of turn 4 at the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone.
Back underway here in this one, and another good restart for Ricky Thornton Jr. Peaks the nose down to the inside. Spencer Hughes, though, able to keep him at bay. Oh, no, one car up on the wall in turn 2 is Ethan Dodson. He comes back down on the racetrack, but I thought for sure he was going to leave the ballpark, James. The Coltman Farms Racing caution is back out, and that one could have been a whole lot worse than what it was.
He was running 6th in that car. So that'll go back. We'll go back to lap 17. Hughes, Thornton, Wilson on the Delaware double file restart. Again, 50 laps down here. Let's see the look on the Dave Warren Power Sports replay, DJ.
Yeah, he's okay. And, man, he got up there now. There's the white 74, too high. Up on the Y. I thought he was, when that car was at one point had 2 wheels up on the wall. It was pointed outside the racetrack, just very bluntly.
Problem is now you've got the mud up on there now. It's hard to see that wall as well. And it's not very tall either.
It's not very tall, and you got a little berm build up also. Yeah, a lot of things there. It is a live by the sword, die by the sword cushion up there in turn number 2.
So that'll move Marlar to 6th, Tyler Erb to 7th, Blair to 8th, Moran to 9th, Davenport to 10th.
Davenport gaining another spot after starting back in position number 23. Tyler Erb, I think, has got, just going to say Tyler Erb's got some damage there as well. Great job by our camera folks. Steve Gigas and Nate Hartman here up top. Adam Martz down in the infield. Is right rear quarter panel damage on that Best Performance Motorsports number 1 of
Who needs a
Tyler
quarter
Erb.
panel, especially turbo, right?
Yeah, well, we saw Brian Shirley come out without a door in UNOHB main number 2 earlier tonight.
All right, Tyler Erb, who comes in tonight in the points. I believe he was 7th. You never know what he's going to do. I mean, he may go run the Fun Tour again. He may. You never know, right?
You never know.
I mean, why wouldn't you come to Atomic and Brownstown, right? I mean, you've got 2 tracks in your neck of the woods that you run very well at, so why not?
I would say that he will.
We'll see what happens. Dotson on the hook. So the driver in his second full year in a super late model, Bakersfield, California, will not finish this one.
So 17 scored, 33 remaining. With Spencer Hughes out front. Ricky Thornton Jr. has run in second the majority of this race. Dalton Wilson third, Hudson O'Neill fourth, as you mentioned, James and Garrett Alberson. Rounding out the top 5, Ricky Thornton Jr. once again going to choose the high side on this Delaware double file restart, again with 33 laps to go. Yellow light's been turned off. Green flag gonna wave this time by. Tyler Bruning gonna make it back out of the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit and rejoin the tail end of the field. Green flag gonna wave. The Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone. Spencer Hughes leads it back to the green.
In the 1, Thornton will follow him. Battle for third. O'Neal on the outside of Wilson. Down the back straightaway. O'Neal will grab the third spot. Back from Big Perm. Alberson fifth. Mikey Marler now trying to move the 157. Here comes the Goldhorn out of 4. Whoa, and did something come off of somebody? Yeah, Garrett Alberson.
Jonathan Davenport in the wall, James. Jonathan Davenport got up on the wall down in turns 1 and 2. And also, I believe it's Max Blair had slowed to a stop on the inside of the racetrack as well. So Davenport got, much like we've seen some guys do down in turns 1 and 2, Davenport got his right side tires up on the wall down in turns 3 and 4. That draws the Coltman Farms Racing caution again. Unofficially did slide a lap in there with 18 scored, now 32 remaining.
I saw Alberson's car, his right rear. Yeah, Alberson, and I think the right rear spoiler support on Alberson's car. So Mikey Marler, they were all in there together. Alberson, Marler. Here is the Dave Warren Power Sports caution, or yeah, the replay. Right there, 58 and 157. Turbo on the bottom, and then behind them, again, Blair was running inside the top 10, Davenport as well, and now that will have changed. Wow. Yeah, I was watching Garrett's car. Yeah, so yeah. But we did get a lap in, DJ. So 18 officially in the books. It'll be Hughes, Thornton, O'Neal, Wilson. Turbo is now 5th. He started in 15th. Excuse me, 17th.
Yeah, 12 spots.
Long way to go.
Brandon Shepard from 27th to 10th.
Yeah.
Shep has gained 17 spots in the first 18 laps. There's been some attrition in front of him, but he is currently the Hooker Trucking Hard Charger, Ben.
And guys, right now they're taking advantage of this Coltman Farms Racing caution to scrape the wall down in turns 1 and 2. These cars look like they're at East Bay tonight. It's got that East Bay feel where you can barely see the decals on them. And as the night's gone on, it's cool, and that moisture just continues to come back to the top of the racetrack. So you see them scraping the wall down in turns 1 and 2 and down in turns 3 and 4. You got to wonder if that might have been part of the problem. When we got Jonathan Davenport, where does the racetrack end and where does the wall start?
The only clean car on the right side is Spencer Hughes. He's been out in front.
Yeah.
He hasn't had to worry about that. But see, Davenport, looks like his night has ended in the 49 car.
Yeah, tough break for the Blairsville, Georgia native, 3-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion. Getting shoved back into the pit area is JD. There's a look at the wall scrape going on down in turns 3 and 4, and has been mentioned doing the same right now down in turns 1 and 2, and as they're doing that field, getting itself lined back up in this Delaware double file restart. Now in that lap, James, it is worth noting Hudson O'Neal worked back by Dalton Wilson, so it's going to be Hudson O'Neal alongside Ricky Thornton Jr. Hud and Dalton Wilson they've had a really entertaining battle for that 3rd spot throughout most of this race.
Yeah, shout out to Jackson Heiss, the Ocala, Florida driver, last year's Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series Rookie of the Year 11th, Hilsabeck 12th, Clay Harris 13th. Max Blair back to 19th right now. So after tonight, Devin Moran right now running in 8th would retake the points lead by himself. Like I said, a long way to go. The way too early.
the early polls are in. You're not yet ready to declare a winner, though, here
not all
in the Sunshine
precincts.
State.
We still got about 50 more precincts to report the rest of the year, right?
That's exactly right.
Spencer Hughes, he's led 18 laps, probably the longest 18 laps he's been through.
Yep, the caution lights are being, I thought they're going to be turned off, and we'll still wait and see as they've got the tractors back in the infield, and we're going to go green flag racing this time by, James. 18 down, 32 to go. It's been good. We've been able to string some green flag laps together. Let's keep your fingers crossed that we can get a PSG right here. Hughes, Thornton, O'Neal, your top 3 green flag flies.
Good restart, the Nutrient Solutions restart zone. They battle for second, and O'Neal and Thornton. Thornton will get that spot. Hughes still out in front. We're 7 laps away from the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark. Battle out at 2. Wilson up top in the 18D, the Ratliff car. Here comes Marler. Here comes Alberson. Spencer Hughes, Thornton on the bottom, and he'll lead him by a car length and a half into turn 1 to Spencer Hughes.
Ricky Thornton Jr.'s right there with Spencer Hughes at the front of the field, and RTJ slips a little bit in the 40B of Kyle Bronson. Has gone around over in turn number 4. We've got another Coltman Farms Racing caution. They did slide another lap in. 19 laps now scored in this marathon of a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series A main here tonight. 31 laps remaining, and as you can see, as well as I can, a lot of damage on the front end of the 40B. And there you see Zachary Booker showing the sign for a wrecker to come down and get the 40B of Kyle Bronson back in the infield. His helmet's off and his night's done.
So we did get a lap in, 19 slowly but surely. We're getting to the halfway mark. Great Thornton second. O'Neill, Wilson, Erb, Tyler, Erb, Marler, Moran, Alberson, Overton, Shepard is now 10th, started 28th. And again, as you mentioned, we've had attrition, but he's working his way up through there, kept his nose clean so far.
Absolutely. We do have one. We have a view of the instant replay here from our speed camera on the front straightaway. So we'll show you what we've got here in slow motion. There's Bronson on the right side of your screen. Now coming towards the center of your screen. Does he get the, oh, he had started to go around and he clobbers the Uke tire. I mean, very hard contact. The 40B of Bronson getting into that Uke tire over in turns 3 and 4.
So right now, officially, I guess I could be unofficial, 18 cars remaining in this race.
Right, as they get the 40B extracted off the speedway, we're going to slide out of here real quick. When we come back, we'll have the conclusion of night 2 of the Veland Winter Nationals here at Alltech Raceway. Back here at Alltech Raceway, 19 in the books, 31 remaining as the Coltman Farms Racing caution lights have been turned off. Green will wave next time around. Spencer Hughes has been your leader since the drop of the green flag. He started on the outside front row in that JCM Motorsports number 19M. Ricky Thornton Jr. remains in second. Hudson O'Neill is third. Dalton Wilson fourth, and Tyler Erb from 17th up to 5th. And the green flag's going to fly this time in the Nutrien Ag Solutions restart zone.
Well, Spencer Hughes probably hopes it stays green the rest of the way here. We should have 18 cars left running out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Battle for third. Wilson all over it. The Thornton slips up a little bit, and O'Neill will throw it into turn 3. Thornton slipped up a little bit on down the back straightaway, and Ricky Thornton Jr., does he have a problem? A little bit loose coming out, and Dalton Wilson gets around Thornton. Not a good restart for the 20 RT. As he's slipping back, maybe again, and here comes Moran down the back straightaway. Spencer Hughes pulls away, and Thornton will throw the slider in on Big Perm.
Devin Moran started back in the 11th spot. James still Spencer Hughes out front and trouble down in turns 3 and 4. One car, Mike Marler, got into the wall. He was able to gather it back up, but not before he made heavy contact with the wall, and the Coltman Farms Racing caution is going to fly. I think he shed a piece of debris down in turns 3 and 4. I caught it out of the corner of my eye. He's got a flat right rear tire. His fun meter's pegged. He is going to pull back into the pit area. 21 laps now in the books, and there's the debris we mentioned underneath the Big River steel banners down in turns 3 and 4.
But Ricky Thornton Jr. lost a spot. He's third. Wilson had gotten around him briefly, but he got him back before the lap was scored. 21 now in the books.
Yeah, that could have been worse for the 20 RT, and I'm with you, James. He actually had fallen back to 5th there momentarily. Was able to quickly reclaim that spot and then snuck back by Dalton Wilson that last time by at the straight. Man, Ben, if you are Spencer Hughes and you are out front leading this Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race, these cautions, they got to feel like an eternity for the Causeyville, Mississippi driver.
Yeah, if you're Spencer, you're probably thinking, give me 5 more laps and a thunderstorm, because right now, these restarts just keep coming at him. He's done a great job, but every time he looks at the leaderboard, there's somebody different in second. And right now, Huddy has got a really good car back in that second spot. Guys, lights are out, 29 to go.
You wonder how many tear-offs are left, right?
Yeah,
we've seen helmet changes, 21, and we got impending weather here.
You've seen the mud caked
in a
up
little
on the,
bit. So here we go out at 4, 21 in the books. We got to get to lap 25 is on the restart. Hughes into 1.
Hudson O'Neal down to the inside. Spencer Hughes, though, boy, he is doing a really good job turning back the challenges. Here comes Dalton Wilson as Hudson O'Neal gets high off corner number 2. Big perm up to the second spot. 22 laps in this time by.
And they'll battle back. Thornton to 3rd, O'Neal 4th, Moran 5th. Overton, Shepard 8th, Alberson 9th. How about Clay Harris? A shout out to the 6th car, the Florida driver, up to 10th. Right now, down the back straightaway. Thornton's going to lose a spot. Here comes Moran in on RTJ. Spencer Hughes says, you guys go right ahead. And he hopes it rains in 3 more laps because he is out in front with 2 to the halfway mark.
Yeah, Spencer Hughes looking really, really good at the front of this field. James, he's been the leader since the drop of the green flag. Side by side now for 3rd, not anymore. Ricky Thornton Jr. going to take that spot back away. Hudson O'Neal going to cross him over, James. At the stripe, it was RTJ by 8 1/1000ths of a second.
It takes 12,000 to win, right?
Yes.
It's like 120,000 to win to some of these guys, right? They are driving hard. They're putting on a show. Spencer Hughes has been the best car so far. Halfway. The Hellraiser Jack's halfway mark. Finally, we got to halfway, DJ. 25 down, 25 to go for Spencer Hughes.
Something happens after this, it would be official. It does look like that rain might hold off until the end of this one. It was originally calling for that to come somewhere between around 9:40 to 9:45 p.m. It's now shoved back about 30 minutes or so. Battle for second heating up. Dalton Wilson has it. RTJ trying to take it away. Ricky Thornton Jr. James got a good run on the high side down the backstretch.
It goes to the outside. They closed on Hughes. Here comes Wilson. Here comes Thornton. Spencer still leads. Battle for second. They're going to go side by side into turn 1.
They're closing in on Spence. They're closing in on him, James. 3 cars under a blanket here at Alltech. 27 laps scored. Spencer Hughes trying to keep a pack of wolves behind him as they go through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. down the front straightaway.
No, in the 1, great 3-car battle. Thornton for the lead. He'll throw the slider into Hughes. He'll take the lead. Out at turn number 2, Ricky Thornton Jr. out in front as we'll score lap 29 this time around. They are hauling the mail, my man.
Hudson O'Neal coming as well, James. You see him creeping into your screen there in the SSI Motorsports number 71 as he's got that thing rolling on the high side. Ricky, oh man, easy there, Ricky. You saw him get a little too high down in turn number 2. Spencer Hughes going to try to claw his way back to the front of the field. Dalton Wilson is there. Hudson O'Neal is in 4th rather. Devin Moran now in 5th as the top 5 are all within the same half straightaway.
Tyler 6th, Shepard 7th, Alberson over to 9th. Clay Harris remains in 10th. The lead was 1.1 seconds, and we got a car slowing off the track is Ryan Gustin. His night is over. Thornton into turn number 1, stretching it out. making 19 to go.
1.6 seconds the advantage now for Ricky Thornton Jr. Spencer Hughes clinging to the second spot. So we kind of show you on back through the field. There's a pair of number 1s. Tyler Erb from 17th to 6th. Brandon Shepard from 27th up to 7th in this one. 18 laps to go this time by.
How many tear-offs are left? How about overheating issues? Thornton looks good into 3. He'll pick up the tail end of the field. We've had no traffic issues at all with the number of cautions as he'll work his way around the 93 of Corey Lawler into turn 1. Hughes, Wilson, O'Neal, Moran, your top 5.
2 seconds the advantage now for Ricky Thornton Jr. as he has got the Kohler Motorsports 20 RT on cruise control at the front of the field. That advantage is now ballooned to 2.7 seconds. He has put 0.7 of a second between himself and the 2 drivers on your screen. Spencer Hughes in 19M and Dalton Wilson in the 18D.
He's been good. This is our 8th time at Alltech. He's trying to win for the 4th time here at the Ellisville, Florida speed plant. And right now, he'll pick up the tail end of the field at turn number 2. 15 to go. Spencer Hughes second. Dalton Wilson, Hudson O'Neal, Devin Moran, your top 5. Thornton got to be careful. He just lets it go wide open, doesn't he? Coming out of 4, still leads, 14 to go.
Yeah, it looks like one other driver, Tyler Bruning, going to be out of the party in the 16 and RTJ. 3.3 seconds out front. He just continues to add to that lead lap after lap. Now nearly a full straightaway ahead of Spencer Hughes. Hughes actually these last couple laps, James, Spencer Hughes, he's been able to get himself a little bit of distance. He's put a couple car lengths between himself and your 3rd place car, the 18D and Dalton Wilson.
3.5 seconds behind him. Tyler 6, Brandon Shepard 7th. A pair of Rockets battling back here. Overton 8th, Albertson 9th, Clay Harris 10th, Hilsebeck, Nodorf. As you see, Brandon Shepard, who had to take a emergency provisional, started shotgun on the field, trying to work his way up through there. 12 to go for the 20 RT.
And Brandon Shepard got upside down in his heat race, coming off turn 2 a little bit earlier on tonight. Nice job by the Rocket 1 team to rebound. And again, Tyler Erb as well. He started this race in 17th. He had to come from a B main, James, so a pair of number 1s doing a solid job working their way through the field. You're not missing anything up front. Ricky Thornton Jr. like a hot knife through butter, working his way through the back of the field. His good friend Max Blair will be the next one to go a lap down. 4 seconds the advantage for the Chandler, Arizona native. Now 10 laps to go.
Yeah, if it stays this way, Moran would move to the points lead. I believe Blair unofficially would move to 2nd as they go into turn 3. RTJ, they finished 1st and 2nd last night. Thornton and Blair. Thornton makes quick work of Max down the main straightaway into turn 1. 9 laps to go.
Battle for 2nd starting to pick up as Dalton Wilson's reeled back in. The 19M of Spencer Hughes. This happened some 4 seconds behind your race leader, coming upon 8 laps to go. Spencer Hughes has run a good race, has not been outside the top 2 the entire race. Dalton Wilson trying to sneak up 1 more spot in that James Ratliff Racing 18B.
Ricky Thornton Jr., 4.3 seconds the advantage. Out in front. Off the turn 4, 8, that will have 8, make it, 7 laps to go. They're just trying to make it to the end, aren't they? You know that it's pegged, isn't it? I mean, it's pegged. I'm sure they're ready. As you see the front of those cars there, and I'm sure they're all running hot.
Cars are caked in mud. I'm sure that the visors are caked in mud. You got guys that have probably run out of tear-offs. They're trying to wipe their visor clean just so they can see. You can see the mud caked up on the wall once again. Incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to tell where the racetrack ends and where the concrete wall begins. James, this time by 5 laps to go and a near 5-second lead for Ricky Thornton Jr. as Dalton Wilson's going to take 2nd this time by, away from Spencer Hughes.
Daniel Hilsebeck, the last car on the lap in 11th. Right now, Thornton will throw the slider in on him. Got to be careful. He slides up the track. And he just keeps it hammered down, doesn't he? Into 1, 4 to go.
4 laps remaining, and Ricky Thornton Jr., I mean, just absolutely obliterating the field once he got out front. A 5.8 second advantage for the driver of the 20 RT, James Essex, this time by 3 laps to go for RTJ.
Hudson O'Neal now has gotten around Spencer Hughes. There's the battle side by side into turn 1. And now O'Neal, he'll slide up the track. Here comes Hughes. Down the back straightaway. Hughes on the gas. Hughes will retake the 3rd spot. 2 laps to go, I think.
Yes.
For Thornton.
He's so far out front. He's got a 6.3 second advantage over Dalton Wilson. Wilson has separated himself a little bit from what's now turned into a 3-car battle for 3rd on the right between Spencer Hughes, Hudson O'Neal, and Devin Moran. Barron's Performance 1 to go, James, for Ricky Thornton Jr.
Here they go, and again, he hit the hole and 4 did O'Neal. Final lap, Thornton, Wilson, Hughes. Top 3, O'Neal 4th, Moran 5th. Ricky Thornton Jr. is going to go back-to-back at Alltech in the 20 RT.
His 44th career win with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. 2nd's going to go to Dalton Wilson. 3rd is going to go to Spencer Hughes ahead of Hudson O'Neal, and Devin Moran rounds out the top 5. Unofficially, Tyler Erb from 17th to 6th. Brandon Shepard from 27th to 7th. Brandon Overton from 19th to 8th. Garrett Alberson 9th, and Clay Harris from 25th to round out the top 10 in this one. And you can see the advantage there on the left side of your screen. My goodness, I mean, that is a good old-fashioned Chandler, Arizona butt whooping that RTJ put on the field. Still one bit of business to take care of as he's got to make his way into the UNOH Tech and Scale area.
How much water's going to be poured in the radiators on this one, right? Thornton. So your Hoker Trucking hard charger, Brandon Shepard. And let's see, what else do we got here? The lucky 7th place finisher, Brandon Shepard. Lucky 11th place finisher, brought to you by Weir's Machine, is Daniel Hilsebeck. And the Deathridge Opticians lucky 13th is going to be Jackson Heiss. We'll see who led the most laps. That's going to be interesting here.
I think.
Look at that. Hughes led 28 laps.
Yep.
Thornton leads 22, DJ.
There you go. You and I,
wow.
we will have to discuss the
slickest move of the race.
Yeah, the slickest move of the race and the hard luck award, right? Do we have a hard luck award?
Yeah, there's several candidates for that one.
Yeah, there are a lot of candidates for that.
I'd say slicker graphics, slick Thornton for the lead, right? I mean, that was pretty good, but there was a lot of them. But
there were a lot.
Man, to figure out a hard luck, that's going to be.
Yeah,
probably got about 15 drivers you could give that to.
That is a tough one indeed. Thank you very much.
Wow.
So he's on the scales now to make it official. They'll once he clears weight, you see the Hoosier tire reps down there checking those tires as well. You're going to check the droop. And once they do, it will be official. A driver out of Chandler, Arizona in the Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Elite Ready Mix, Capital Waste, Certified Inspection Services, Coltman Farms, Hoker Trucking, Sunoco Race Fuels, Bobby and Jessica Kohler Motorsports, number 20 RT, a Cornet power plant under the hood of that.
He's got a Clements in there.
He's got a Clements in there, thank
yes.
you, underneath the hood of his,
in there now, yeah.
of his Longhorn 20 RT. And as soon as he... unbelievable what those guys are able to do out there. I mean, unbelievable what those guys are able to do.
And
right?
it's supersonic. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's
speed.
all of them's overheating. They're probably all out of tear-offs. So be curious to ask Ben Alaski when he ran out of tear-offs.
Out of tear-offs.
How about that battle for second there in the last, I don't know. Thornton was way 8 seconds ahead, but Wilson, Hughes, O'Neill, Moran gets in there in 5th. Man, oh man, Ben.
Yeah, guys, it's official. Ricky Thornton Jr. for the 44th time in his career is a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series feature winner presented by Flow Racing. He heads to Veland Victory Lane. And the first repeat winner of Speed Weeks is going to be RTJ, the Arizona native. And yeah, he wins here tonight at All-Tech, but the car looks like he might have won tonight at East Bay as he'll get set to climb out the Kohler Motorsports 20 RT. Last year's Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion has now gone back-to-back. Again, his 44th career win. Last night was worth $10,000, tonight's worth $12,000. Tomorrow night he'll go after $15,000. This is the 9th all-time event for the series here at the track, and he's now won 4 of them. As Dalton Wilson leans in to get a word with him, a smile on his face. As we'll talk to Dalton momentarily, he comes home in 2nd, and Spencer Hughes in 3rd after leading a race-best 28 laps. So an Arizona native on top of the Big River Steel podium as he gets set to climb out of the race car. And the kids are going to be happy because there's more confetti, there's more checkered flags, and Dad is back to his winning ways.
And a lot of mud.
And a lot of mud. That's right. They're down here. We'll see if they give him words of encouragement here tonight after they hazed him when he won last night. As he climbs out of the race car, your winner here tonight, Ricky Thornton Jr. On top of the Kohler Motorsports 20 RT Longhorn. Clements Power under the hood tonight at the Elite Ready Mix. Hoker Trucking Capital Waste 20 RT. And Miss Hadley down here, his daughter, all the kids. Shay, his wife, gives him a kiss. And Ricky's going to pull around. Look at this one. Ricky, I think the boys are going to make you wash it here tonight. You won by 8 seconds. Did you have any idea your bleed was that big once you got there?
Yeah, a little bit. Nathan was actually telling me to slow down, but the problem was I was so tight on entry, I really couldn't slow down. I don't know, we had 900 yellows, I felt like there, and with the rain coming, I was hoping we'd at least get it to halfway. And I know I screwed up on the one restart, and then I was a ping pong ball for a little bit there, and I think Recce came out, and after that is just kind of toss the nuts over the shoulder and just let it go.
The kids seem happy again. They hazed you last night after you won. Are they encouraging you now when you make your way to V1 Victory Lane?
I think they're more excited to eat the confetti than anything.
Ricky, this racetrack tonight, complete different from last night. And you talk about character. You talk about elbows up. Could you have asked for much more of either one of those here tonight?
No, I thought it was an awesome racetrack. You could run around the bottom, you can run through the middle, you can Hail Mary around the top, you can run through the holes, you can do whatever you wanted. So if, I'm sure a bunch of guys are going to get on Facebook and talk shit about the racetrack, but their guy just needs to get better.
Tomorrow night, 15,000 on the line. Is there anybody that should be betting against the 20 RT?
I don't know. We got a really good race car. We'll go through it a ton tonight and get her washed up. Hopefully we can at least qualify good tomorrow, have a good heat race. It's tough to come from the back in these deals, but I feel like we got enough car too, as long as I don't screw it up early in the night.
Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank Bobby and Jessica Kohler. Without them, none of this would be possible. I got to thank Evan, Elite Ready Mix. I forgot him yesterday. He said he was going to pull a sponsorship on me, so I got to thank him. Jordan Capital Waste, Hooker Trucking, Coltman Farms, Bill Steinschocks, Longhorn Race Cars, Clements Racing Engines, Cornets Racing Engines. There's so many great people who help us get up and down the road. Tire Demon, Sunoco Race Fuels, Richie was here yesterday. I haven't quite seen him today, so I don't know if he's back today or not. Just like I said, there's just so many great people that help us get up and down the road, and we couldn't do it without them.
Ricky Thornton Jr. goes back-to-back here at All-Tech Raceway. 12,000 tonight. We'll slide down and talk with Dalton Wilson. He comes home second on the Big River Steel podium. He was third last night, second here tonight. Getting a word with Wendell and Rick and the gang down here. Well, tonight, third last night, second tonight. And I got to ask, when you came across the finish line, had you lost power, or was there something wrong, or were you just kind of coasting to the finish?
No, coming to the white there, the motor cut off, and I flipped the ignition box, and it ran around there until it coming to checkered, and then it died again. So lucky it wasn't 51 laps, I guess. But, first of all, hats off to Wendell, man. He's worked his butt off on this racetrack the last 2 days, and anything we've thrown at him, he's done it. So, they had a bottom, middle, top tonight. It was a little character, but we raced all over it. I tried to give it to Ricky back tonight, and I think I just made him mad, and he just went ahead on and said, see you later. So, good job to him. Thanks to all my guys. They busted their butts again tonight. Dean, Blake, and Michael, and, all our awesome car owners, James, Justin, Jennifer Ratliff, all of our sponsors, MGL, Grant Lee, ICS, New Point Lighting Design, B&O Construction, Keltner, Dotto Outlet, JR Trucking, JR Motor Sales, Penske, Longhorn. We got Steve Maynard down here tonight with us from Earnhardt. Thanks, shout out to him. Clements Racing Engines. Just each and every person behind this deal. We're getting better. We're having consistent runs, and maybe we'll be one shot better tomorrow.
Back-to-back Big River Steel podiums for the Big Perm. Dalton Wilson comes home in position 2. Meanwhile, rounding out the Big River Steel podium tonight in third, Spencer Hughes. Spence, I know you wanted that first win tonight, but man, I tell you what, to come away with a podium and the momentum you guys have had so far this weekend, what does this mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. We haven't had the best go at Speed Week so far, so to finally feel like we got something working for us and got qualified good, won a heat race, and led almost half of it, or somewhere around in there, I don't know. But anytime you can get up front and race with these guys, it feels good and definitely a big confidence booster. So hopefully we can keep tuning on this thing and get a little better.
Late race car wasn't as good as it was early. Was it a tire choice, setup, driver? What happened to you late?
Probably a little bit of all. I don't know if I knew that answer, I probably could fix it. But we did go on a little bit softer tire there and just took a gamble on it, and it paid off good until I kind of ran out of some traction down the straightaways. But hats off to Ricky. He's kicked her tail for a while now, and Dalton. Good run to them. But I just got to thank everybody here at JCM Motorsports and Colton Miller, Rocket Chassis, Mark Richards, and the gang up there, Steve back at the shop, and Kurt. They keep us hooked up with stuff year-round, so I couldn't be happier being one of their cars. And Fox Shocks, I bug crap out of them all day today, and they're working on things just as hard as everybody. And Daryl Posey, PRP Suspension, been on the phone with him. All my crew, Brett, Justin, Rodney, just everybody that helps out this thing. Amanda's down here. And then all my sponsors, Clyburn Tank Lines, we couldn't do it without them. Hayden started out Speed Weeks with us and had to go back home, so shout out all them back home. And Yellow Hammer Construction, Lone Star Super Gas, Sunoco, Neon Bubbles Car Wash, Professional Concrete, Cutting and Drilling, Torco, J. Dickens Racing Engines. This thing ran great. So just everybody on this thing, steering buddy, shout out to Bradley back home and all my family, my mom and dad. The whole day was watching, and we'll try again tomorrow.
Spencer Hughes, he leads 28 laps and finishes third on the Big River Steel podium. James and DJ, some fresh faces down here, but a very familiar one atop the Big River Steel podium with Ricky Thornton Jr.
So how about that? The driver that leads the most laps in the first 3 races does not go to victory lane.
Yeah.
We had Dalton Wilson a few weeks ago. Then last night, Devin Moran, tonight Spencer Hughes, but still a good run for Spence.
Yeah, it really was. And, it's this track is not, you've heard everybody say it's not easy, right? You can run, you heard Garrett Albertson say it earlier, you can run the same line 2 laps in a row, and in one lap you're really good, the next lap you're not. Turn 2, though, I think is going to be the big story here tonight, James. We saw Turn 2 reach out and grab a lot of drivers from the very start of the night clear up until the very end.
Spencer Hughes, he got to the halfway mark. He was, there's almost, Ethan Dotson almost went out of the ballpark. He was wanting the rain to come in at that time, right? Because we're past halfway mark. There you see some contact there between Albertson and Marlar. Davenport ended up getting in the wall. And by the way, there was 8 cars that finished on the lead lap. Brandon Overton, the last car, with 50 laps complete.
It ended up being an 8.5-second win for the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. And not even the back of the field could slow him down, James, once he got out front. A good battle behind him for the second spot between Spencer Hughes, Dalton Wilson, Devin Moran, and others. But when all was said and done, the 20 RT was the man once again. As he goes back-to-back, he becomes the first repeat winner with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series this year. And he becomes the first repeat winner of Speed Weeks here in 2025. And there you see the Big River Steel podium down there in Veland Victory Lane. Ben Shelton, that is a wrap on the Veland Winter Nationals Night 2 here at Alltech. Sir, your final thoughts.
2 nights down, 1 to go, and I tell you what, tonight had shades of old East Bay, and it was entertaining, and Ricky Thornton Jr. elbows up, but I tell you what, Spencer Hughes, 28 laps out front. He could be a factor tomorrow night with another 50-lapper, and third last night for Big Perm, second tonight. Maybe Dalton Wilson gets his second career win tomorrow night. It's been a fun 2 nights. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Been a great job down there on the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit all night long. James Essex, your final thoughts.
All we needed was some strawberry shortcake, and we would have had it made tonight. Hey, congratulations to Thornton, but hey, good job by those drivers who finished second and third. Dalton Wilson backing it up last night, and then Spencer Hughes almost got it. They need 22 more laps, but he led the most laps here tonight in 19.
Absolutely. Well, it was a joy and a pleasure here this evening as we fought off Mother Nature and got the entire show in. It wasn't without its drama all night long as Turn 2, we talked about earlier, reached out and bit a lot of different drivers here this evening. We're going to do it once again right here tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Ben Shelton in the infield, my good friend and the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer, James Essex, this is Dustin Jarrett. We will be live right back here on Flow Racing at 5:45 p.m. tomorrow night.